forum and hear a bit about what we're doing, what we're planning to do in the area of providing rehab and teleservices to people after stroke. A reminder to everybody that this is a public forum, and not only is it people in the room, but our absolute social media and technology whiz here, Gillian, who's done an amazing job, is setting up to be live streaming this through a variety of platforms. So just be aware of that as you're talking about your projects, and be aware that there'll be photos and filming, and you're kind of providing implicit consent for being in this room that you're going to be on video. I'm going to hand over to first Michael Nielsen, Director of the Centre for Rehab Innovations, to open, and then Ray Peake is going to also say a few words before we get started.
Thank you.
Just watch the cord. No falling over.
Thanks, Coralie. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to open up this very exciting day. And I realized that I have missed a good session in the morning too, but I have a lot of people that I can talk to afterwards. So welcome really to this afternoon focus on telerehab and telemedicine and how that can be utilized in the more broad, comprehensive rehabilitation offering that we are working with within research at the moment in so many different places. And you know, healthcare systems everywhere are under the costs are increasing dramatically. And that, of course, affects the long-term perspectives that we quite often face in rehabilitation. So the rehab trajectories must be developed. We must find other ways to reach out to individuals, to people in the community and in their home setting. And technology can provide us with an opportunity to do that, and to also continue to develop new avenues of rehabilitation programs. The telemedicine platform is particularly interesting and is one that has come a long way in a few years' time, and it's applied in many different areas at the moment. Telerehabilitation is maybe, in that perspective, a late comer, but accelerating very quickly and has a very big potential. So I guess we all can agree on that we want to stay in our home as long as possible and open up our homes and activities, social activities and communities for long-term rehabilitation. That is an area that is not so well catered for at the moment. And as you all know, it's very much about regaining function, recovery, motor, cognitive, etc. But it's also about coping and to find new ways after a stroke, for instance, and new avenues, and retain old ones as well. And sometimes we need support, and we need other opportunities to actually achieve those goals. So health in broader terms is, of course, the ability to bear injury, handicaps, and existentially also anticipate death in the broader context, as we all need to do. But we need to factor that into what we're doing now and ahead, because technology is, I view it, I don't think it's the solution to everything, but we need to embrace new opportunities using technology for the purpose of reaching out to community, to home, to rural, remote areas. And it's a matter of providing equal opportunities for people as well, without having to drive long distances to central hospitals or bigger cities. So I think that's equally important to take into consideration. And as I said, we need to come up with new solutions in healthcare, because the current funding system is not sustainable nowhere in this world. No matter what we do, we need to be smarter, we need to implement new solutions, and we need to keep pushing as hard as we can. And whatever it takes to achieve the goals But no government in this world can keep up with the cost that we currently are observing and the cost predictions. So it's a big job for us, and we need to work together. Apologize for this rather poor slide, but I keep it in because it came out of a strategic day with Intel a couple of years ago, where they analyzed the costs, and to no surprise, the cost for acute care is over there on that side, being foremost expensive, and then you go up over residential care and into the home setting, where also quality of life is increasing. So what we do, we need to work with timing, and we need to develop new platforms and develop our expertise to, of course, interact at all different parts of this trajectory. But since we know that, for instance, after stroke, the longer-term perspectives become more and more and more important, and we are going away from this write-off sort of policy that if you're after 6 months, you can't do anything and no one cares about you. And we know people suffering or suffer from stroke. And more evidence now is accumulating, supporting that view. So that will then, of course, include activities outside hospital. So it's a lot of text in this one, but our specialty and our area is evolving naturally, of course, and we are going into more individualized approaches, more tailored approaches with higher level of precision. To do that, we need to develop our service model, our medical knowledge, but also embrace technology to bring in and be able to deliver these new models of care. So again, the telemedicine platform is serving us well here for that purpose, but to me, that is just only the beginning, actually. So I will stop there. And I believe that we will have an exciting afternoon together here. So thank you very much.
So our next speaker is Rachel Peake, who is a stroke survivor, or a survivor of stroke, and is on the Hunter Stroke Research Registry. So put your hand up in this room if you're part of the Stroke Research Registry in this room. So thank you all, because it's so important that we can have your input to various projects that we do in the research space and healthcare space. And we don't know that you're out there unless you volunteer to be on a registry like that. So thank you very much. So we're going to get Rachel's input on her thoughts about this area of work.
Hi, I'm Rachel Peake, or Ray, one, because we have two Rays. Anyway, I'm a research assistant for the Hunter Hunter Research Registry. And so if you don't know where I live, like the research Hunter Stroke is a, if you have not heard of the Stroke Registry, it's a list of people that have had a stroke or TIA in the past. So if you're not a volunteer and you have had a stroke or a TIA, but would like to be on the list with many other people in this room, then come over to the stroke area over there. And sign up, please. And if you're unsure or have many questions, please just ask one of us, like me or Jill or even Kim or Coralie here, or Margie. Anyone of us will be able to answer your questions. So if you go away from here today, there's always an email or even phone would be good. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Rachel. So we've got our tech-savvy urologist and rehab physician speaking to us next, I believe. So Stephen Poe is the rehabilitation physician and director of rehabilitation at St Vincent's Hospital. Chris Bladen is the director of the Victorian Stroke Telemedicine Program, who has been working with Stephen to establish a clinical protocol for increasing access to assessments for rehabilitation and looking at how we can do that through a telehealth model. So as soon as Jill has them hooked up via Zoom, hopefully we'll be able to join them into our virtual meeting room, and they'll be speaking to us about their ideas for that project, which I believe is called Poster. So I don't know if they can be the poster boys of stroke, but we'll soon find out. Hello! Can you hear us, Chris and Stephen?
Oh, hang on, I've got our sound turned off here.
Okay, our sound's turned off, so they can't hear you talking though.
Gillian's on mute.
Got it.
Okay, we
Down left corner, unmute again.
All right, now we should be in order.
Can you hear us, Stephen and Chris?
Yes.
Okay, so I've just introduced you as the poster boys for telehealth and neurorehabilitation. You'll make that clearer as you go why I said that. So we'll hand over to you. I believe Stephen's kicking off. Yep. Okay. Welcome to our public forum. So just to remind you that this is being recorded and live streamed. So be nice.
Well, I just want to say hi, and to start with, I just want to acknowledge Lauren Anderson and Chris Bladen for setting up this project. But I'm just going to talk to you generally about neurorehabilitation through telehealth, and I'll ask Chris from time to time to comment. I want to also just say at the outset, this is not about the provision of telerehabilitation, which I'm sure you've heard about. There's well-known experiments in Queensland and also South Australia that have shown pretty good outcomes. This is more about the introduction of an early neurorehabilitation assessment and consultation for people in rural areas who've had acute strokes. So my question is, what do people have more access to globally? The one on the right or the one on the left? I think you might have an inkling as to which one it might be, and that's the reason that we're here today. It was initially about securing transmission of images and voice and data, but it actually started about within 20 years of the discovery of the telephone, and it was reported in the Lancet that the crew had been diagnosed by the telephone in 1897. So what this tells me, as soon as there is convenient technological connectivity, people will use it for their own health. And in fact, the law and medical infrastructure is constantly catching up, because as soon as we can use technology to help us out, we start using it. In fact, in 1929, a pedal-operated generator powered a radio receiver for the Royal Flying Doctor Society and Royal Flying Doctor Service, and consultations took place. And just for those who wanted to know, 6 billion people have access to mobiles globally, but only 4 billion have access to a built toilet. So, technology is really going to be part and parcel of everything that we have to do. Some of the advantages of technology and sort of connectivity is the store and forward processes, where you can take photographs of people's lesions or their movements, and you can send it forward for a consultation. In fact, already there are international, who has about to retire and sail around the world on his yacht. He sent me a text message in the Atlantic saying that he noticed a mole on his head. So I said, the best dermatologist within 12 hours, and he was reassured that there was nothing else to do, and was just told to wear a hat, keep the rest of it out of the sun. So it's already happening. We're just catching up. The other advantage is you can use it to educate the GP, and you can develop a relationship with particular practices. And it doesn't have to be that fancy in Ontario. Just a telephone monitoring service, getting people with COPD at home to actually decrease presentations to hospital by 65%. The nurse practitioner just sent them antibiotic scripts in the mail, and a lot of these readmissions were protected. And there's already a lot of players in this area. Samsung already have developed a home nursing project, which actually provides home nursing services with back-to-base video contacts for people in their community. So I'll just tell you about my neuro rehab consult yesterday. I've got a patient in his 70s who had a hemorrhagic stroke following some carotid surgery. And on Monday this week at 2 o'clock, I got an email from a relative who said, "Hi Natalie," that's my secretary. She said, "Please forward the following video to Dr. Poe." Now I don't know if we can get the video happening, but if we can, I'll put it on. And I hope I'm not going to lose everyone. Will this work, Gillian?
Maybe.
Alright, anyway, while it's sort of loading or failing to load, I think it might fail to load. It showed this gentleman with a physiotherapist walking for the first time in parallel bars. And that was the idea. The idea was that he wasn't going to really be able to manage at home, but we manage him in a nursing home. And as soon as he started walking, we can sort of produce some more acute rehabilitation. So I watched that at 5 o'clock before I left for work. I think it's not going to work. No, it's not going to work. Okay. So then Tuesday, yesterday at 8:30, I contacted him and I offered him about 5 varieties of contact. But we chose FaceTime because as an older person, he couldn't manage any of the complex connections. So I saw him, we made decisions regarding treatment and therapy. I dictated a letter at 9:05, which goes immediately to India, to my typing service. It was typed overnight and provided the following morning, Wednesday. And then at about 11 o'clock this morning, I checked the proof, and the letter went by the secure email to his GP and to his nursing home. So that was a standard consultation. And I think people are going to expect that. I don't think people in nursing homes are going to expect that they're going to spend a day on a trolley uncomfortably waiting in the consulting room for a consultation that will take half an hour and wouldn't have given me as much information as I got already. So when you do get a neuro-rehabilitation consultation, when should it occur? Well, the guidelines indicate you should be assessed within 48 hours after being admitted to a stroke unit or a hospital with stroke. And to be frank, it's of great benefit to those with moderate to severe disabilities, but I put it to you that evidence is through AEST and that show that it's going to be also a benefit of extensive telestroke stroke network across the whole state, now involving 17 rural regional hospitals, and in fact including our metropolitan hospital as well. And we do acute stroke consults in the emergency departments at all those hospitals. So when someone comes in, staff there call a 1300 number, gives them direct access to a roster of neurologists and the stroke physician can then look at the brain imaging and do audio-visual consults with the patient and with the clinical staff. They can make a diagnosis, and they can also make a plan of treatment, which may sometimes involve transferring the patient down to Melbourne, typically if they require endovascular retrieval. As part of that, we found that we're getting more intensive neurological input, stroke input in the emergency departments, but when they went to the wards afterwards, depending on the availability of services in the hospital, there was a little bit that happened with Steve, myself, and Lauren Arthurson from Echuca have been working to make sure that we can ensure that all patients get and Stephen and his colleagues are very kindly offered to trial this for us and take a little while to set up. And Stephen will probably go over this in more detail, but it's a funding advance whereby we have acute telestroke consults to make sure that the best plan of action for our patients is there going forward to make sure that they get the best plan. Okay, well, thanks for that. The next thing is that we will then hold a team meeting, and Lauren has developed a referral sort of page that actually gets all the other help to provide information that required to actually make the goals. So we need